Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. Today's episode number 31. We have, of course, the quarterfinal of the Europa League. This first part's meant to have the draw, but the game's automatically gone through that. I just find the quarterfinals generally draw themselves. I don't understand as to why, but yeah, let me know if that's happening in your save as well, where the quarterfinals just skip past. In saying that as well, links down below. Come follow us live on Twitch, and obviously do like and subscribe to the YouTube channel because it really does help out and show support for the content. I'm really happy with doing this save at the minute. I'm loving Glory Hunter and the challenge it throws. Since we last met as well, we played Real San Sebastian, Real Sociedad, whichever way you want to call them, and it's the first time since all the injuries we've had and since deadline day that we've actually had the full first team 11 play. So I'm going to show you the highlights of that one because the boys look good. But without further ado, quarterfinal, Olympiacos away from home, first leg, which is great, which means that the deciding factor will be at home in the quarterfinal, and this is a very good draw on paper. I do say it's a good draw on paper. They do have like Pepe Bial, who I think is fantastic, of course, as well, who I'm currently scouting. But yeah, look, the reason why on paper it's good, it's because they're a weaker side, but actually in the Europa League, they're one of the few teams left. I think it's ourselves, Chelsea, and Olympiacos, the only teams that are yet to lose in the competition. As you can see here, they generally draw or win, and they just knocked Cologne out after drawing away from home and winning at home. So, as things stand, not an easy draw, but probably one of the easiest ones we could have got. I'm going to show you guys the semi-final as well. As you can see, Cologne absolutely dominated them in Germany, and then at home, Olympiacos played well enough, scored 2 late goals to get through. I think on paper we should be beating them, but we'll wait and we'll see what happens in those first couple games coming up. Because this has already been drawn, the semi-final, of course, has already been drawn. And as you can see here, we're in a very good spot. Sevilla play Napoli on one quarterfinal and Chelsea and Fiorentina on the other, and they will meet in the semi, which means we're going to get the winners of Sporting or Rangers. Now, we've already played Rangers in the group league phase, whatever you want to call it, and we beat them. Sporting are a good side. We'd much rather play Rangers, but I think we're red-hot favourites to knock out Olympiacos, and if we get Rangers, we're favourites to make the final. If we get Sporting, it's about dead set even. On the other side, it means that we're not going to play Chelsea or Napoli because they both should win their respective quarterfinals till the final. What I would give to see Sevilla and Fiorentina both FM them, or one of them FM either Napoli or Chelsea and then win against the other in the semi-final, because that would be huge for the save if we could win the Europa League this season. Now, lastly, what we are going to do here as well is just have a quick little look at this. I do think this might be our best 11 moving forward. I mentioned that Mose Kean is just out of this world, and we kind of need to be playing him when he's in this good form. He's very consistent, and he's starting to develop, and he's got 5 and 7. He's got 7 and 13. Yeah, this is the first time we've actually played a full-strength side because Diaz has been injured, or Arsene Zakara has been injured. Mose Kean came in on deadline day. Borges even had injuries. This is the first time we went full strength. Please note, Diaz played back in line. Canales is obviously part of that full-strength side, but, you know, with the form that we have of Keane, he pushes Canales out. Diaz back a line, who looks very good there. And, well, as much as Borges scored 2 goals, Keane missed a few one-on-ones. Arsene missed the one-on-one. We absolutely dominated Real Sociedad. And here are your 2 goals. Ibrahimi Diaz through to Borja Iglesias, and Iglesias scores, and that highlight started with us playing the ball around very nicely, and then ball in, cleared away, only as far as Arsene Zakaria, laid into the path of Borja, 1 touch, top bin, thank you very much for coming, it was fantastic. One last thing I want to note of this is, I know Rapoli's injured, unfortunately, one of the 17-year-old 10, but look who's come off the bench. Armagol, who is a young 17-year-old, he came off the bench, and is he really developing that much? There you go, there's Armagol, and I think he's going to be really good. Mentally switched on, physically well-rounded, can actually cross. Brought him on as a wing-back in the last game. We also brought on the likes of, obviously, us there, but Adan as well, who's a ball-winning midfielder, very good mentals, decently well-rounded physicals, okay technicals. He's going to be a good footballer too. I know we're not going to be here long-term, but I'm actually thinking that depending how long it takes us to do Glory Hunter, this might be a save that I'll revisit. I know we have a very good team with West Ham, but I actually think it's a very fun save, this Hippers save, because there's so much good young talent coming through. that I would love to do it. Then you got Akumbin, I forgot his name now, the keeper. Phil Akunbi, I was right the first time, in net as well. Like, I think that long term this would be a fantastic save. So if you ever want to see that on Twitch, links down below. I do think once I complete Glory Hunter and 20 seasons, if FM23 is still kicking around and it's not FM24 by then, this might be a long term Twitch save sort of thing that we might do as well. And anyhow, without further ado, I'll see you guys in a second for Olympiacos. It's after midnight here. I'm going to go and watch Premier League and go to bed. So it might be light time on the Sunday morning by the time you see me film again. YouTube, we're not here for the Olympiacos game, but we're here because I've had probably one of the best youth intakes I've had on FM23, and up there with one of the best ever. If you have a look on your screen, we've got not one, not two, not three, not four, but five-star potential players, which would be a really good to leading player in the Spanish First Division. Getting an intake like this makes me think, okay, sign them, get them all playing, and then in that fourth season, get them all together, because you might win everything in Spain. The turning this point of the save into like a youth-only challenge on Twitch eventually would be like madness. Anyhow, let's go through the players, and I'll go from all contracts in a second. Musa Salah. Very good player. He is Spanish and Guinean, probably be a Guinean international. 6'2" at a very young age, the goalkeeper there as well. 12 handling, 12 one-on-ones, very well rounded. Obviously, we've got a Kunbi in net, who's fantastic. I think this kid's going to be something special there as Musa. You again got Saidina Diallo, and any name with Diallo is generally pretty good. The Senegalese Spaniard looks absolutely mental, apart from the fact he has no determination. He's got okay technicals that are decently okay, physically quick for a young age as well. I just think there's a lot of potential in him, and he'll carve it up in the under-19s league. Carlos Padro is probably arguably the best player out the lot. Natural passing, good technique, great determination as well. Decent physicals too. Naturally determined at 18. I think he's fantastic and is also 5'10". We got Abraham, which I love the name Abraham. I think that is fantastic. Diminutive winger. Very good left foot, reasonable right foot too, so we can train him on the other side. Good pace for a young kid, and he looks fantastic. And then you've got Diego in the middle of the park, and oh my word, Diego, you are good. Only thing that lacks with Diego is pace. If he had pace, he'd probably start for me. Natural tackling ability of 14, natural technique of 14, natural finishing of 16, which is madness, 16 decision-making, 16 teamwork. Diego's someone that might play a game for us at some point this year. I don't understand how he's this good at a young age. I think he's fantastic. He's going to be a box-to-box midfielder for years to come if he gets some pace. And I think Diego is someone that we're definitely going to have a look towards down the track as well. So there's 5 guys that are fantastic. Not to be outdone is Pablo Carbonell, who is physically so well-rounded. He is going to be a very quick winger in years to come with decent mentals and okay technicals as well. So watch out for him. And then lucky last as well, we've got Sofani Minuri, who, to be fair, as a left-back, looks pretty decent. You know, he's got 13 quashing, good tackling, good mentals, and well-rounded physicals. You know, if these guys hit 3-star, they're a decent to good player in League One. That is, in the Spanish First Division, he's fantastic. I sent a message to my mate Paul, big shout out to Paul. He's like, keep a note on all of them, look to take them with you. And I think that's part of what I'm going to do with the save, is look to take maybe one or the two of these guys with me as well. But with an intake this good, and with the money we have in the football club, I'm very much leaning, if we even win the Europa League this season, to maybe staying around for another year. Because if these guys come along very quickly and well, with the likes of Rapoli that we already have here, Dan as well, Akanbi, obviously the keeper, I think there could be in season 4 a squad where we have a lot of 17, 18, 19-year-olds that are fantastic. Lastly as well, I know that it should be 4 seasons per division, if you work it out to do it all in 20 years. If it meant spending a 5th season here, with these guys being 18, 19, 20, 21, and being world-class, and, you know, here we are, could be the case too. Didn't think this was going to be the case. I definitely thought at the start of the year it would be one and done sort of thing and look to move on. And to be fair, if a big job comes available, you take it. But I think we're definitely leaving well better, so keep us at the start of the year after this season, no matter what happens too. Oh, we have a good squad and a good system too. We've got some really good young kids too. We don't need to really go out there and buy depth because the depth's going to be in the kids. Sell on a lot more of the dead wood and use the kids off the bench to rotate and see what happens, I think. That's where we sit, and I'll see you guys in a second for Olympiacos. First game, first leg, Greece, Olympiacos. Here we go. We obviously just played in the league, and I will say we played amazing and got absolutely FM'd. 3-0 up, flying. They proceeded to have 4 shots second half. 3 of them go in. One of those ones that happen. We did rotate a fair little bit. Important to note, Akanbi got a 6.2. I did find him and he is upset. But had him start, had Adan in the middle, and Armengol played fantastic at centre-back, and then we just copped it. So a few of the youngsters. I want to highlight what I think is the third goal, because the build-up's fantastic. I know Cumby got a 6.2, but the build-out from the back is fantastic. I don't know how far back it's going to let us go here, but, when we win the ball here, the build-out is fantastic. Apart from Adan doing this, or Edgar doing this silly little diving header. But look, it's out of Miranda. Armengol has the presence of mind to go, you know what, it's the keeper. And when you're here, you're thinking, okay, keeper's going to play it into here. Keeper could play here, which is perfectly fine. But the Edison-esque pass is to fire it straight into the centre mid's feet. And then we can get out very easily. As you can see, centre mid's feet, play back a line. And then you're on from here. Sabali had a fantastic game, great ball, and Arsene Zakaria scores. We even scored an even better goal with the disallowed goal that we scored 2 minutes later, which, it would have been nice, but didn't want to count. And even again, this was good build-up play as well. And win the ball back, William Jose. Back to Rodri. Cleared away. And then the movement here is just fantastic. Like, look at this, Rodri, all the way back to the ball-winning midfielder who's 17 years ago of age, Arnagol. And I think he's going to be fantastic. I think he's more of a right back. But yet again, straight back to him, composure, Adan, great ball from the 17-year-old, and then first time and goal. You might be thinking, why is the offside? Miranda apparently was about this far offside when the ball was played over the top, which I was skeptical of, but apparently it was. So the kids look fantastic. Please note, out of everyone that has signed so far, they reckon our best player is Diallo, which, look, I can see it. He's quick. He's very good at what he does. He has very good stats. I'm just hoping that he gets some determination at some stage and carves it up in the league. I will say, if there is a point where we get a really big dead rubber, where the game is currently done and dusted, we're finishing 5th in the league, and with the Europa Leagues, whatever. I will give you a YouTube game where we play a team full of teenagers, basically, well, as much as we can. We might have Zakaria start and maybe a Mose Keane and a Borgia and Iglesias, and then everyone else is just doing whatever, or we start as many of them as we can. In terms of the team, though, that is what I perceive as our full-strength side, because have a look at us going forward in the middle of the park. You've got Donny van der Beek, Diaz, Arsene Zakaria, Mose Keane, and Borgia and Iglesias at 3.5 star or better, which is a good play for the league. Like, you go to Donny, for instance, and he's a good player. So, we're in a really good spot. Arsene Zakaria is our best player, and he's a leading player for the division. Ibrahimi Diaz is, again, a leading player for this division as well. And with the injury to Canales, it allows Diaz, as Arsene Zakaria, Mose Keane, and Iglesias all to play together. And I'm loving it. So, I think Canales is going to find it very hard to get back into this starting 11. At the back, obviously, have the Vinicius, Luis Felipe, Gabriel, Rubial, and Rui Silva will keep in there after Phil Akambi's poor game that he just had in the league. But let's go into it, see what we can do here against Olympiacos. They don't even have a full bench because the league's not loaded, so we should be okay. Let's go and have a look at the team now. I know we've broken down the team slightly. I'm more interested to see if Tattoo's back, and he is. Beal on the other side, Stepaniski up top. Not much on the bench. Henry Onorenko, who's one of their better players, is not 100%. On paper, this should be a win, but Olympiacos are yet to lose in the Europa League, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. They're lining up in the 4-2-3-1. We are obviously going to be in the narrow system because it plays so well for us. Like I said against Feyenoord, keep it respectable. We go to Spain, we should win. Now, I know Feyenoord, we did not win last episode in the home tie. We drew 1-1, but we absolutely obliterated them, and on a different day, we could have won by 4 or 5 goals. So, yeah, and 20 minutes in here, even though we haven't seen a highlight, we've had 62% of the ball. I'm very happy with that. We also play Olympiacos home and away without a league game in between, so we're going to be at full strength for both, barring injury and suspension. As Luis Felipe goes back to Rui Silva, finds Gabia, out to Rubial, goes on a run here, and down the flank he goes, the complete wing back. Back to Gabia. Rubial, looking for some movement. In and out, quite nicely. Should have played Gabia, eventually did. Thought about maybe trying to take everybody else on too. Luis Felipe out the other side. Carval. Arsene Zakaria. Need a runner in behind here just to stretch the game. Borgia instead drops in short, which is fine. And look, Olympiacos keeping it nice and tight, but we're finding pockets of space. Speaking about pockets of space, Arsene Zakaria with a chance, peels it back, out to Donny, Carvalho, Ibrahimi Diaz. It took about maybe 3 extra passes, but what a move, what a finish, what a goal. And this team is playing some sort of football at the minute. And we are looking absolutely dangerous when we do get it all right. Zakaria in then there. Arsene lays it back to Autor. Donny, Carval, Diaz on the turn. A few one-touch passes, and well, there's no keeper keeping that out as it hits the underside of the bar and in. We lead 1-0 away in Greece, and we've dominated so far here against Olympiacos. And look, I know they have not lost yet in the competition, but we're in the driving seat here, and we're very happy with that as well. Willian, Pepe, out there to Maddy, out there to Masuka, and again with Masuka. Down the flank, Maddy again, maybe numbers queuing, ball in is pretty good. Stepanek, heads, finish, Mateo Garcia, and against the run of play, Olympiacos find a goal. It's happened a bit so far in the knockout stage. Final with the same. We would dominate and then they would find a goal. There we go. Ball in. And Stepanek gets a flick on, I think. Arguably could have been handball there. But anyhow, great finish. And yeah, Olympiacos' second shot on target goes in and it's 1-1. I'm actually going to thrash the arms and tell them it's unacceptable. I would take a 1-1 draw back to Spain for sure. But the way we're dominating, would love a second as Luis Felipe heads over. Haven't scored many from set pieces or corners this season. But anyway, 50 minutes played. Been the better team. Just need to keep playing the same way and we'll be okay. Ball goes long only as far as Ramos. So we already had 10 men behind the ball with the goal kick, basically. Abda Vinicius. Diaz, great one too. Abda Vinicius, the vice-captain, is away. Ball in. Cleared. Garcia clears that, but only as far as Rubial, who loves a run. He's a good wing. Oh my word, it's gone in. I was going to say, he's a good wing back, complete wing back. He's also a very good winger. And then I was going to say that wasn't the greatest idea to shoot, but it's a mistake from the Olympiacos keeper from distance. It's gone under him, and well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. 52nd minute, we go back into the lead. It's a good strike, don't get me wrong, but the keeper really should save that. But we'll take it, and we lead 2-1. Gonna actually just get a shout in here to encourage the boys here. It's been a very good 60 minutes, lads. Keep it up. Off we go. Time ticking. Luis Felipe. This ball to Donny is like so on. And Donny gets the crowd going with the arms flailing as he picks it up. Mose Keane whips one in there. Borgia. Rubial. Arsene Zakaria. It's been blocked by Villa. Good movement. Could have been 3-1. Coulda, shoulda, wasn't. Now it's Arsene Zakaria again. Ball in. Gabia heads over. It's all right, boys. It's all right. 2-1, 68 minutes played. 70 minutes now. Pepe Biel whips one. Rui Silva claims. Ramos was about to swallow it up as well and header it away. This thrower was on. Akambi plays it a lot quicker and understands, which is fair. Rui does eventually throw it out to Abda Vinicius. He's got some space and time. Ibrahimi Diaz peels out. Abda Vinicius. Borgia dropping in. Great ball to Donny van der Beek. Cross keeper. Tadu's made a great save to keep probably Olympiacos in the tie. And it's onto the post and out it comes. It could have been 3-1. Now, with not long left to go, I am going to make a change. Diaz is going to go in for the hole. Arsene Zakaria is not at his best at game. I'm going to bring Rapoli in, the youngster, because I think he's fantastic at what he does. Abda Vinicius off of Miranda, who can whip in a ball. We've seen that. And William Jose's in great form too, so I'm actually going to do that and move them around and get Borgia in his preferred role with the pressing forward. But William Jose did score a couple goals the last league game out. A few changes here. Some fresh legs. We do see the shadow. I was about to say there should be someone out here, and this is where the ball should end up. Ramos. What was that? Are we serious? Fix your game, Football Manager. What is that? A, the keeper should just kick it second line, and B, what the fuck are we doing back there? 2-2. Ridiculous. Ramos just kicks it into someone, and I don't get it. Wow. Diaz, Ramos, Rapoli. Clean sheets have gone out the window at the minute. Miranda, Diaz, great touch. William Jose's offside, unfortunately. Offside by about 50 metres. We deserve a lead. We deserve to have been 3-1 up, but no. It's offside by about a mile, as you can tell. And a defensive mistake is going to cost us a lead to Spain. It's 2-2, a defensive mistake. If these mistakes keep going, we're not going to win the Europa League. It is absolutely piss poor. Should have won that according to the numbers. I get angry with them. We are going to make a couple of changes for the second leg after watching that. Mostly Akambi's going to come back in. I just have no faith in Rui Silva at the moment. You know, his distribution, even though he's got 10 passing, is okay. It should be a lot better. But Phil Akambi, whose passing is 8 with vision of 14, he just looks like a footballer that can do it, the young keeper. Anyhow, see these guys in 7 days. Olympiacos, slight rotation definitely incoming. We need to start keeping some clean sheets because it's not happening at the moment. Second leg YouTube. See what we can do. Olympiacos at home, after throwing away two leads and dominating to draw 2-2. Olympiacos yet to lose in the Europa League, so that's still correct. We need to go out there and do it. In terms of the team, not too much really to write home about. Phil Akambi's come in because I think he's a better keeper. Arsene Zakaria picked up a training injury. It is small. He would have been out for the game if I didn't give him an injection, though. So we've given him one. It's a big game. It's the main reason we brought him in, so I aren't going to not risk him. Outside of that, pretty standard, at home, smaller pitch. Should be able to dominate. I'm just more concerned that we're not keeping clean sheets. And yeah, look, I am going to point the finger and let's go make it count and tell them that I have faith in them, and hopefully we get going here today. Hopefully we get going. We should have already, from the judging of the stats and especially the data hub, the match momentum, we were all over them. We should already be through. But we're not. But here we are. Similar, same side that just played against us. So there you go as well. Let's hope that we play just as well and just a bit more clinical and Olympiacos don't do much. But Olympiacos in the blue, early highlight. With a ball. Donny tracks it, does well. Early goal for Olympiacos would jangle some nerves. Pep Biel picked off by Gabia, Ibrahimi Diaz to Arsene Zakaria. And that's found Mose Keane, Borja Iglesias, Ibrahimi Diaz. Down he goes in the box, never a penalty. And Villa thumps one down the line. Ramos, Donny van der Beek, Carvalho, great ball out to DOPDA Vinicius. Poor touch. That is horrid there from the vice-captain. Tadu thumps one. Weird highlight. Should have been in. Luis Felipe, Carvalho, van der Beek, Arsene Zakaria. Mose Keane ain't going to get on that. He's quick. Oh, he is quick. And he scores. It's a mistake from the centre-back. Mose Keane picks his pocket. 9th goal of the year. We lead yet again against Olympiacos. Keep a clean sheet before the semi-final of the Europa League, lads. Just keep a clean sheet. Unreal. It's a mistake from the centre-back. I like the build-up. Can I just say, Mose Keane loves an outside-of-the-boot finish. This goes with that a lot. We lead 1-0. Our first shot has gone in, which is quite nice. Dominating at home. It's a good spot to be in. 15 minutes played. Tadu to go long. Falls to Mose Keane. Donny van der Beek. Rubial scored from distance. Goes on a run. Has numbers inside of him. He went for goal. Tadu saves well enough. He was beat from distance. Mainly due to his own mistake in the last game. But yeah. 20 minutes played. 65% of the ball. 7 shots forward. Olympiacos is 0-0. And hopefully it continues in the same vein as form. They've had some shots now. Set piece. Haven't scored from one in a while. Donny will dink one in there. Looking for Mose Keane. Headed away. Diaz, great touch to beat his man. Ball to Borja, he's onside. That's a goal. That's superb. Diaz, what a little touch that was. And Brahimi Diaz will be brought in on a free. Unreal. As Borja Iglesias runs to the Olympiacos fans and shoots them all. That's a bit of an interesting celebration. He's fired up, lads. And so he should be as we lead 2-0. What a touch. Flicks it over his man. Outside of the boot touch secondly. And then a ball to Borja. And he runs off to the Olympiacos supporters to give him the big old Tommy gun spray. Unreal. Ramos now. Borja Iglesias. I will say, if we go 3-0 up, we should feel comfortable. But our last league game against Pamplona, a dead bottom, we conceded 3 goals to 4 shots and proceeded to throw away a 3-0 lead. Anyway, Mose Keane's in there, doesn't fall to him. Abda Vinicius, Mose Keane, they fell asleep. It was a poor clearance. Abda just put it back in the 6-yard box and they all fell asleep again. And Mose Keane taps in and it's 3-0 and it may have been nervy in Greece, but at the minute we are storming to the semi-final and exactly what we needed. Cleared away. Abda just heads it in and, well, Mose Keane, side foot, thank you. 3-0, happy with that. Hopefully the game just sticks away now. Clean sheet would be paramount here because guess what? It would be ideal to have a clean sheet for sure. 3-0 up, 5-2 up. I'm very happy with that. I'm actually going to move Diaz into Arsene Zakaria's role. And with us being 3-0 up, Rapoli, the 17-year-old, is going to come out there. Since his injury has not developed well. Before his injury, he was flying. But, yeah, look, no point at 3-0 up to risk Arsene Zakarian for longer, as Akambi at 5'11" claims superbly well. He's been pretty good at building up as Akambi. He just thumps this one long looking for Borja. It's actually a really good kick. Diaz is in here, and he's hit the bar. Route 1 from us, unlike us, but there we go. We're winning everything at the minute, though, in the air. We're all over him. Should have been 4-0 and all she wrote. It wasn't. Gabia falls to Masuka in the build-up. 55 minutes played. A goal for Olympiacos makes the nerves jangle as they get down the byline. Ball in the box. Could have been a penalty. Referee said it wasn't a penalty. And then it was blocked by Abda Vinicius. And, well, Olympiacos had a moment. Ball in. Back stick. And we win a free kick because there was a push in there, apparently. Well, down one end, where we could have made it 4-0. Diaz missed, and down the other end, we could have conceded. Anyway, out to a Rubial. Great ball again from Akambi. He looks second line. He's a bit different with that 14 vision as Diaz is in here for 4-0. Dinks the keeper, and William keeps Olympiacos a slight hopes in it as he saves. On the goal line does the right back. We've been all over him. But it's 3-0 in 69 minutes played, Kappa. But yeah, look, we should be okay. Adan's going to come in for William Carvalho. I'm going to give him some minutes out there as a ball-playing defender as well. And Asta's going to come in for Donny van der Beek, who's had a pretty okay game as well. A goal for Olympiacos makes things a little bit more interesting. I don't want it to be interesting. He looked offside. Great save for Akambi anyway. Was offside, but Akambi didn't know it was a sensational save from the keeper. Time is ticking away here. They need 3 goals in 15 minutes. We have done that before this season. We've conceded 3 in 15, but Diaz picks that one up. Borja Iglesias gets tackled, falls to Rapoli. What a balling for Mose Keane. Just didn't find him. It was the right idea. And Masuka now driving. Fernandez. Ball over the top. Gabia wins. Rubial. Asta, Adan. Asta finds Diaz. He's loving life out there. Asta, Adan again. Great ball from the 17-year-old. He loves playing a good ball, does the 17-year-old. Adan. Ball in the box is unreal. Diaz heads. Adan hits it. Oh, it would have been a sensational goal. The youngster from distance nearly did it. It would have been superb. It was great build-up play. I think we're going to be through here, boys. That doesn't look like that Olympiacos are putting us under too much pressure to get 3 goals in 10 minutes. With that being said, I am going to take a couple more boys off here as well. William Jose for Borja Iglesias, and Sergio Canel's back from injury for Diaz. And that is all your changes. 79 minutes played, 3-0 up. Abda Vinicius beats one. Rapoli now. Look for, I don't know who. He might have been trying to get Mose Keane in behind, but I don't think that was ever on realistically. Masawaku goes with it. Matty. Ball over the bar, over the top. Headed away by Abda Vinicius. Would love a clean sheet, boys. Just hold strong. Fernandez now. Pepe. William. They link up again. Ball in. Hit the bar. And cleared away. Should be the highlight. Saying that, we're on the break. Canals. Oh, you look for Mose King straight away. Which I don't disgrudge. I'm going to move us to balanced. Just going to lower the tempo here. Don't look for the overlap. Play for a set piece. And in transition, we're going to hold shape and slow it down. And we are just going to drop off that little bit more as well. And with that too, I don't think we need any more complete wing backs now. Just a wing back on support and a wing back on support to provide a little bit of width. But there we go. Looking for the clean sheet. They haven't had a shot on target here, Olympiacos, but they have generated a little bit of XG second half. I would be very livid if we conceded. We are through. Now it's about keeping a clean sheet. That's the problems of having a 5'11" keeper, I guess. So Cumby lets one in that he really should save, and we do give away the clean sheet. Next year we need a keeper if we stick around. Flick on header, a Cumby at 5'11". It looks acrobatic, but he didn't get a good enough hand on it. If it was a 6'2", he just catches it. That's poor keeping. And I can't find him for it because he's going to get upset. But anyway, we're through. 3-1 up. Was superb. We win. Very harsh on the back four to not get their clean sheet bonuses there as well, as their only shot on target the keeper spilled. But yeah, look, domination station. We're very happy with that. Are we playing Sporting or are we playing... Yeah, we're playing Sporting. So Rangers get beat. We're playing Sporting. Fiorentina and Chelsea and Napoli beat Sevilla. So Chelsea and Napoli on one side. We're going to play Sporting. That is next episode, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're into the semi-final. Away egg from home against Sporting first. Leave him to the physio they arson now because we need him available for that one there. Let's go and see where it falls in for us. Falls in 3 league games time, so we should be fully fit for that. With that being said, next episode, Sporting in the Europa League semi-final. I think they're nearly favourites because they're Sporting. They're very good and they know what they're doing. They are 4th in the Portuguese league, which is unlike them too. But yeah, look, we're in a good spot. If you have a look in the league, we do have 3 games in hand to jump into the top 4, which I think is very possible that we do. And hopefully, as things continue, we keep getting results and, well, we're into the Europa League semi-final. Till next time, give it a like. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys. Thank you and goodbye.